chit chat video. So it is Vlogmas day 5, and excuse me, I thought I'd just, go ahead and chit chat with you guys and catch up. So before we go ahead and get into it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Shout out to my Purple Heart gang, everyone who's gonna see this later on, because it is one after 1 a.m. So for those of you who don't get a chance to join the live, I hope you guys enjoy when you guys do get to watch. So anyway, I wanted to go ahead and talk about something. As I'm sitting here watching one of my favorite reaction channels, he's reacting to the latest Blueface and Krishan situation. So apparently, Blueface has changed his IG profile, and doing the normal narcissistic things that he does to kind of get under her skin when she does something that he doesn't like, and he knows where to poke. So that's kind of what's going on. So as he's talking about it, the conversation starts to develop about the whole toxicity of it all, and the fact that he's hoping that she can see that Blueface hasn't changed, that he's not going to change, you know what I mean? Like, he hopes that this is like her wake up call, which more than likely, it probably won't be. He's done way worse than change his IG profile pic, and nothing has changed in regards to that. That's one of those situations where um it'll be like when she's had enough type of thing, not when we've had enough. So that's gonna kind of play out how it plays out. Um, but when your relationship is in the spotlight, people are gonna talk about it and they're gonna have their opinions. So that's that on that. But it kind of got me thinking a little bit where that's kind of where the idea for this kind of live came up. I wanted to go ahead and talk about how the fact that celebrity women with, whether it's a following on social media, whether it's you're a celebrity the traditional way, whether it's you're a YouTuber, whatever the case it is, whether you're an influencer, the fact that these women some of these women have like really low standards when it comes to these men. Like, they just allow them to do the craziest things, publicly embarrass them, you know, um, get physical, cheat, have babies outside of marriages, have babies outside of relationships, even just have them doing things they wouldn't normally choose to do, but they do it because they want to be in a relationship with this individual. um I wanted to talk about how by them allowing this type of behavior, it has made it near to impossible for regular, normal, decent women to have their own high standards. Let's put it that way, right? I'll give you a perfect example, and we're just going to jump straight to it, right? Okay, so when you look at, and I hear guys say this all the time, which is why I'm going to, just start off the references with it. It's nothing other than that. They say it all the time because she is the epitome of who a lot of women, idolize for whatever reason, right? I like her for my reasons. Everybody likes her for their reasons. But as a collective, people feel that, especially black women, you know, that Beyonce is the be all and end all, or she used to be. I don't really keep up with the trend. But, you know, so they always use that as a comparison. Well, if Beyonce got cheated on, like, what makes you think like you're better, like that you can't get cheated on? If she got cheated on and she took him back, who are you to not take your cheating partner back? Like, you hear craziness like that. Like, the narcissists love, 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 love. That is like their favorite go-to. That's like their ace in the hole. You know what I mean? If these women who have money, who have, they're beautiful, they have money, they're popular, they have huge followings, they seem to have it all, and they still go through hell and high water when it comes to relationships, marriages, co-parenting, divorces, all of that stuff, right? But for a lot of men who like to weaponize those type of things, they love to pounce on the fact that these women, and not just Beyonce, a lot of women these days, they just seem to just accept whatever, like, as long as they get to maintain their lifestyle, as long as, they get access to the money, as long as you keep it under wraps, you could do whatever. And they allow the craziest things. And this has trickled down into everyday life, right? You have people out here just going crazy, right? Just going crazy. I watched something on the news that kind of gave me, a pause yesterday. It says that, HIV is like down globally, but up in Canada. That's crazy, right? That's crazy. Because a lot of people would automatically assume that, Africa would be would be that would be the topic. No, HIV is down globally, but for some reason, well, they gave a few reasons. So I'm gonna play devil's advocate. But the fact remains that Canada, the HIV rate is up. Whether it's due to new immigrants coming in and they're screening and they're testing positive and they're coming from countries that have, prevalent cases, whether it's homegrown, whatever the case may be, the fact is, like, you know, people, and this is something that I have, heard in my community for years and years and years. Like, you used to have back in the day, people work at the clinic, they expose people's records, this and that. So it's not like shocking or new, but it is concerning, especially with young people. Like, they adopt this type of mentality to everything they see on Instagram, right? Um, this person, like, cheated numerous times on this female influencer, and she always took him back. He had side baby after side baby, she took him back, right? Now, girls are actually comfortable in that type of situation, right? Where they're just like, they're not giving up the man. Like, no matter how many kids pop up, right? And that type of mentality just kind of filtrates through. And then you see everybody kind of picking up this trend, right? I'll give you like a perfect example, right? Jamaica is a country in the Caribbean. A lot of you know this. Jamaica used to be completely different than it is today. You can ask anyone who's from there, they will agree, right? There are things being done now that it would make your ancestors like roll over times three, right? People are living crazy, people are living wild. Because they follow this, you know, want to be like New York, Miami type mentality. And of course, that includes everything that comes with that, right? So now you have this island where everybody is living like they're living in the United States, and all the everything that comes with that. You guys can imagine how that can decimate a small island. So I just kind of wanted to just kind of touch on these things, like, I just kind of I sat down and I started thinking about it, how the influence just kind of destroys. If you don't use your influence for good, to inspire, to show positivity, to uplift, if you choose to portray that it's okay to, fly to Dubai and, have a little transaction, get some money, come back and, flex on Instagram, then you have all these little girls now. Everybody want to go to Dubai, 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 right? And sometimes not fully understanding what it took for some of these girls to get there. Because some of them are covert and some of them are out there with it, right? And that all that stuff just kind of destroys all these young girls. That's all I think about when I see stuff like this. Like now these people are celebrities. Years ago this would not be celebrity worthy. Like you have 6 baby mamas and you have like 20 baby daddies, and like let's throw you on a show and follow you around and oh boom, you're famous. Like that's crazy, right? That's what I'm talking about. Like just terrible standards. Like, I just kind of wanted to kind of get that off my chest as I watched it, because I see it play out in real life. I hear things like, it's like I say all the time, like I was a tomboy. I'm still kind of tomboyish even in my 40s. Like I just, either I prefer to be by myself or like I feel more comfortable, like, just chilling, like, with guys. Like I don't really like a lot of, because females are very like, the emotions, the cattiness, the whole thing in this. I never like that. I never like that at all. And so when you do surround yourself in that type of environment, you hear the craziest things. Men say the craziest stuff. Like that's why I always used to say, when we were younger, I used to always tell my sister, even now I say it, like if a woman could sit in the room and hear her men talk, she'd be like, "Oh my God." Like the things they say, like, sometimes you don't think men are very deep of thought, but they are sometimes, and they say the craziest things. Like women would really have to rethink the whole approach sometimes. Like sometimes you really, you know what I mean? But anyway, I just wanted to kind of touch on that and see how you guys feel about that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you feel like, I don't want to, like I could go deep, you know what I mean? I'm trying to edit myself. I don't want to name drop. I did one name drop because it's just factual. Like everybody knows about the situation that happened. She made a whole album about it. It's public knowledge. So it's not about bashing or, I'm just using it for reference because it's a reference that's used all the time and weaponized against women who choose not to accept back partners who have cheated, or who choose to end their marriage because somebody has stepped out of that. And that's always one of the references. I hear it time and time again. So I felt that it was fine. Everyone is grown and mature. They understand that. But as for the rest of it, I really don't want to name drop too much. But you guys know, you guys are on social media, you guys are smart, you guys know, you guys see this stuff all the time. I'm not the only one that sees it. So everybody understands, right? If you're grown, you get it. Like these days, some of the things that these girls let slide couldn't slide like back in the day, right? And I don't want to sound old because I'm not old, but I might be old to some. But it's the truth. I'm not gonna lie. Now I fully understand when, our the grown-ups before us used to say, like, back in the day this couldn't slide. Now I'm saying it. Back in the day, some of the stuff that I see carry on could never, never, never slide, right? Just it's like literally like you're like, what's going on here? The standards are completely different, morals are completely different. Money trumps everything these days, right? Money and clout. When I was growing up, that was not even a word. Now it's a word, right? And it means something. It's not just like a word that we throw out there. Now it actually has a meaning if you look it up, right? That's crazy. So it's just the times that we're living in, I guess people would say. But I still would say like it's dangerous times. Like, do you know what it is? Like You don't know what's going on. You don't know what people are doing. People are living all type of like weird lives secretly, and you're out here thinking you're la di da di da, like, you're going through life and you're thinking everybody's like you, yet you get to find out it's very, very different. So that's why I'm always like, sometimes we have to be careful with what we portray and what we allow people to think we're okay with, even if it's not your core values, even if they're way off, even if they're wrong. The fact that you don't correct the narrative, or the fact that you allow the narrative to continue, it's just as damaging, right? It's just as damaging. So, like, that's just my opinion on it. I feel like standards need to be elevated back up. People need to start having some more kind of, self-love and pride in themselves, and stop allowing people to, you know, do all this craziness with them. Just stop allowing themselves to be in these ridiculous situations, and understand that this too will pass. There will come a time where people get tired of this type of nonsense too. And who knows where society will end up. But this too will pass, like every other time and every other phase. And your kids are going to get bigger, and there will come a day when you wish they couldn't access this type of stuff to see how you were. Like, you can't, sometimes you have to like really choose yourself, and really believe in yourself and love yourself, and just, have like, come to a realistic realization and see things for what they are. It's ridiculous sometimes. Like, I can just go on and on and on, and I don't want to be on a tangent, but you guys get me. You guys get what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you guys so much. It's my little late night chit chat, mini vent, mini rant. You know how it goes. Shout out to my Purple Heart people. Thank you guys so much for all of your support on YouTube, Snapchat, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, wherever you support me. I appreciate you guys so much. It means everything to us, and yeah, stay up and stay blessed, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying your vlogmas so far. It's been interesting. Winter is starting for us now. We had our first snowfall today. So yeah, it's that time of year. It's a time of reflection, working hard, just getting to the end of it. That's just how I feel. We'll talk more about that on my channel. Yeah, stay up and stay blessed, guys. Deuces.